Hey everybody, it's Christy Birchville. We're working our way through the book of Habakkuk, and today we're in chapter 2, and we've been working through God's answer to Habakkuk's second question, which is basically, why are we tolerating all these horrible people for so long? And God's listing 5 woes. Woe to the people who do this, woe to the people who do this, woe to people who do this. We're on the third one today. That's Habakkuk chapter 2. It's verses 12 through 14. This third woe talks about the woe to people who build based on bloodshed. And as we look through, the verse I actually chose doesn't list the woe itself, but it's more about God's response to the woe. And verse 14 says, as the waters fill the sea, the earth will be filled with an awareness of the glory of God. Now, as we look at these 3 verses, again, Habakkuk chapter 2, verses 12 through 14, we see that woe to those who build with bloodshed because they're trying to build up something that's going to glorify themselves, and they're doing it based on hostility and except bloodshed. So they're doing all those things to build up their own glory. I mean, that's what the Babylon Empire was doing, right? They were capturing people, they were taking over places, they were doing that to be able to demonstrate their own glory, and so that people and all the other nations would be like, "Wow, Babylon, yay, we love it." And that's why they were doing that. And God's saying, "It's my glory. It's all about my glory. The earth is filled with my glory to the extent where everything is my glory. Everything speaks to who I am as the creator, who I am as the sustainer of life. All that we see speaks to the glory of God." And that's such an incredible premise that, you know what, it doesn't matter what we're building or what we're trying to build, or, except in this case, the Babylonians were trying to build it based on bloodshed and war and fighting. God's like, I've already built it all. I've already done it all. And it all speaks to my glory. Are we recognizing and acknowledging the glory of God in everything that we see around us? And are we working to try to help build his glory? Or are we trying to take some of it for ourselves? If we're building our own stuff, it's not going to work. It's like this third woe that we're trying to build off of bloodshed. Yeah, maybe we're not killing people for it. At least I hope we're not. Oh my goodness. But what are we doing that's selfish, that's prideful, that's sinful, that's us focused to try to build up something that people are going to say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to glory Christy for this because she does this well." That's what we have to avoid, because everything in the earth is going to speak to God's glory, not my glory, not your glory. How does your life reflect that today? What do you need to step back from and give up and say, "Look, God, you take it because it's all about your glory anyway. I'm not going to try to build this based on my own stuff. It's all about you." That's the focus for today. And make sure that you subscribe so that you can come back and get notified when these drop every morning. And if you've missed any of the previous, the entire playlist is linked below in the description. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.